Special Olympics Maryland is thrilled to announce the Maryland Recognition Program, the state-level Unified Champion Schools version of the Blue Ribbon School accolade, which is available to all schools, elementary, middle, and high. Special Olympics Maryland adopted this program from our friends at Special Olympics Indiana. Their Champions Together program was established in 2012. The Champions Together program is a model program endorsed by Special Olympics International and Special Olympics North America. The short of it is, while the Maryland Recognition Program is technically new to Maryland, it has been field tested and proven to be a long-term, sustainable program. It is our honor to provide an opportunity for the hundreds of schools that not only support inclusion, but also live unified for no other reason than it's the right thing to do. I hope the images of the banners pique your interest and trigger your Maryland pride. This is not an easy accolade to achieve. It will take a true team effort to make it happen. Now, for a very brief background about why the Maryland Recognition Program is a sensible endeavor. In 2018-2019, Special Olympics Maryland adopted the National Recognition Program. The program was first offered at the high school level. We have received modest interest, and upon further research and discussion with schools, we realized three major considerations. First, many schools are organically achieving the three components. Secondly, school system professionals are already filling every available minute with priorities that can have an immediate impact on their school. A 10-component accolade criteria is a distant focus, if at all. And finally, vetting an application process is unfamiliar and strenuous because applicant schools need to document and provide the many examples of how their school has satisfied each component. All of that considered, a step-up program, one with a refined, more achievable set of standards, will help schools get organized and feel assured about pursuing the national accolade. This slide depicts the three fundamental components of unified sports and activities, inclusive youth leadership, and whole school engagement, with the added component of sustainability. For the purposes of the Maryland Recognition Program, each component has objective criteria. Component 1, unified sports and activity. The requirement is the school must partner with Special Olympics Maryland to participate in at least 2 unified sports and/or activities, such as interscholastic unified sports, intramural unified sports, our Young Athletes program, unified physical education, and unified dance. Keep in mind the use of the term unified may not be enough. Special Olympics Maryland has the prerogative to request supporting references and documentation to demonstrate the sport or activity meets the prescribed standards. Component 2 is inclusive youth leadership. The school sponsors a unified clubs, inclusive student council, or similar types of inclusive student groups, composed of students with and without intellectual disabilities, with everyone contributing in a meaningful way. This group works to lead advocacy, awareness, inclusion, and other Special Olympic activities throughout the school year. For elementary schools which may not have and/or cannot create a student club, the expectation is a bit different. Schools will host at least 2 inclusive leadership trainings for all students or provide at least one opportunity for a unified group of students to help lead a school-wide inclusion project. The unified group of students can include students from varying grades, with the students from higher grades coaching those in the lower grades, again, with everyone contributing in a meaningful way. Component 3 is whole school engagement. The school must participate in at least one activity designed around whole school engagement that promotes and encourages awareness, respect, and inclusion of persons with intellectual disabilities. The Maryland preferred options are Inclusive Schools Week, offered annually in early December, and Spread the Word Inclusion Day, which is a global campaign founded more than a decade ago. The annual Day of Awareness is held the first Wednesday of March. And lastly, component 4 is sustainability. Through fundraising, schools have the power to pass it forward by providing additional opportunities for more students to become involved in Unified Champion Schools. Maryland, like Indiana, has set a minimum annual donation for each school level. The intent is to make the mark achievable by the smallest schools in the state, those with as few as 100 students in the building, and Title I schools. Certainly, we hope all schools put forth effort to fundraise to their fullest potential. Let's talk about this sustainability component for a moment. Each school level is assigned a prescribed minimum annual donation. For elementary schools, the minimum is $250. Middle schools are at $750, and high school's minimum is $1,500. The donation is intended to invoke a pass it forward model. asking Maryland Recognition Program schools, schools that have an ingrained Unified Champion Schools culture, to sponsor future schools. For example, since the inception of the high school interscholastic unified sports program in 2009, approximately 200 high schools have directly or indirectly received financial support from Special Olympics Maryland. It would be great if those schools would pass forward the benefits they received, which not only include financial assistance, but also resources. Special Olympics Maryland is offering options to assist with fundraising. The most prominent is the Cool Schools Plunge, an entity of the Maryland State Police Polar Bear Plunge, which was founded more than 25 years ago. Schools form teams, team members plunge virtually, which is basically using cold water in some way, and everyone has fun bearing the cold for a good cause. Virtual plunging has proven to be a great way for all students to participate. We are seeing students who could not participate before because of the geographic proximity of their schools and/or field trip approval restrictions. Special Olympics Maryland offers fundraising toolkits with tons of ideas and tools to make the process turnkey. For more information, you can visit plungemd.com or Google Cool Schools Plunge Maryland for more details. The next offering to support sustainability is an online spirit shop. Many schools already have this operation and are patronizing a local vendor. Special Olympics Maryland has a vendor that can do the same with preferred, impressively low pricing. The school has the option of designing school-specific gear, as you see on the slide, and there are countless merchandise options to choose from. Schools can set up their very own online store, make it available on an ongoing basis, or conduct sales with defined windows to save on shipping and production. The next set of criteria includes grant reporting requirements, which are passed on to each state chapter from Special Olympics North America. Our participating schools are asked to complete 2 participation count reports, one at the mid-year mark and one at the end of the year. In a typical year, we will solicit monthly reports, which will be designed for the inclusive youth leaders to complete. And lastly, completion of a survey that the University of Massachusetts, Boston conducts on behalf of Special Olympics North America. This is usually conducted from early April until early June. This survey is very important because North America conducts a multifaceted analysis, and the response rate is directly tied to Special Olympics Maryland funding eligibility in future years. Satisfactory completion of the Maryland Recognition Program standards for 2 consecutive years satisfies the prerequisite to apply for the National Recognition Program. This program is endorsed and promoted by the National Federation of State High School Associations, better known as the NFHS and ESPN. That's right, the ESPN. In fact, each year, one school from each state is named to the ESPN honor roll. Schools that are interested in being considered for the Maryland Recognition Program need to submit a school intent form. There's a screenshot of the form on this slide. The form provides Special Olympics Maryland with a snapshot of how the schools has or will satisfy components 1 through 4. The Maryland Unified Champions team will confirm a receipt of the form soon after the due date, March 26th. If there's anything that warrants further discussion or clarification, we'll schedule a conference call with the school liaison. A follow-up will occur at the end of April, which will require the principal's signature verifying the components criteria was satisfied. Then it's a matter of completing the grant reporting requirements and confirming the minimum donation to Special Olympics Maryland. The final deadline to submit the principal's verification, give the minimum donation, and provide the supporting information requested by Special Olympics Maryland is June 15th. After that, the Maryland Recognition Program schools are set. Schools are notified, banner designs are confirmed, and shipped over the summer with the intent of a banner raising ceremony taking place before winter break of the upcoming school year. In closing, I want to underscore that Maryland schools have accomplished so much, and while it is true that those who give do so humbly, we want to make sure that schools are being recognized and celebrated for their greatness. For more information to receive the school intent form, please email the Maryland Unified Champion Schools team today at ucs@somd.org.